Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn with me, Pitmarth Roy. In the last episode, we nearly got ourselves killed, or Astrid nearly got herself killed, because I wasn't paying attention to her health at all, which was my own fault. And today we are going to easily get this done, because there's only about 5 units left on the map. And hopefully the Swordsmaster will actually die, because nobody seems to be hitting him. Come on. Thank you. Alright, that's the only actual reinforcements that show up right there. I don't know, it's never taken me long enough to find out. I've never actually, hung around for 99 turns to see what happened. Because I'm not that goal-oriented, I suppose. No, you can stay right where you are. Can I kill the soldier? I can. See, that's the difference between a soldier and a halberdier, is because usually you can pretty much almost always double the soldiers even at the very beginning of the game. We are not going to let you climb the cliff. And we will give you the honor of dying. How ironic, you set the building on fire and you died because of Elfire. Oh yeah. Since there's no units there, I don't want to waste my time waiting on the allies to try to run forward and think they're going to save the day, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna send Danvid and Marcia down here to take care of any of the units that may or may not try to reinforce the enemy. I'm just looking for another word. It's not really respawn because it's not the same enemies. But whatever. You get what I was saying. I probably should have just used a steel lance for that, but oh well. So yeah, not really much to say about this part. I mean, it's not exactly a long chapter, is it? I really don't know why they have it in there. It's more or less of just a kind of a place filler, because, you know, it's part of the actual story. It's not really like training up your units to send them into battle or anything like that. It's more of a place-filling thing that's just kind of important to the story, not your actual characters leveling up and all. And yes, the victory condition is to defeat the boss. I guess you could farm experience if you really wanted to right here, but you don't have to. The boss will have a spear and I think a vulnerary or a concoction. A concoction, yes. Can't steal it, but it's there if you, I don't know, need to know that. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I can tell by his chances of hitting he's probably going to miss. I said probably, not he would. How about Kieran? Can you do a little bit of extra damage? Yes, you can. I'm not worried about Geoffrey not being able to kill him. I know Geoffrey can kill him without even trying, but it's a little bit of extra EXP for these guys. Now, do you get the spear or not? I don't remember if you get the spear or not. No, you don't. Oh well. Alright, so that's it for that little bitty thing right there. And Lucia's here because she has to protect the queen. Basically what happens is Lucia wants to, well, let me rephrase that. Alencia wants Lucy to negotiate a peace treaty with this jerk Valtome, which is not going to happen. So yeah, Crimea remains neutral. So yeah, Zelgius has to apologize for that idiot's behavior. Jeez. Poor Zelgius. He can't catch a break, can he? And he has to ask her to agree on 2 points. They have to pass through Crimea and be allowed to engage the Gallian army in the towns near the Crimean Gallian border. And the only reason he does that is because that's really the best he can offer, because the senator's in charge, not him. Which is stupid, because I'm sure if it was up to him, he wouldn't do that at all, but... Is the apostle safe? Doesn't say. So yeah, something crazy's going over on the Benyon capital. But we are getting absolutely nothing from the apostle.
After Alencia's meeting, leaving the border villages between the Benyon central part, Valtome sees this in it. The Benyon forces up. The Laguz alliance fight the news that
Okay, that was it for that. It wasn't really anything important. It's kind of, you know, what I already told you. Chapter 10, The Heart of Crimea. I remember this chapter because it takes a long time to finish. And you'll see why whenever we start. And it's not because there's really a lot of enemies. So yeah, they talk about how Crimea, even though they did win independence from Benyon, Benyon still holds political power over them. Ike still says he thinks the entire idea was ridiculous. You're acting like a fool. You're always acting like a fool, Skirmir, because you're not very bright. Yeah, Nolency is not an idiot. Yeah, exactly. See, at least somebody's smart enough to think. Because he's met Alencia, especially... He met her like 3 or 4 times in Path of Radiance. And they talk about how they might... Alencia actually wants peace between Laguz and Bjork, and it's like, wow, that's weird. Change has been slow, but the circle of acceptance in Tellius has been widening. Both Leanna and I have a lot of Bjork friends. Is she that special? Yes, she's awesome. Because she's just that cool. She's a lot cooler in this game because she can actually fight. I'd prefer to take an army up north and end this mess for good. We should strike while the army is split in half. Zelgius will be there, though. Alrighty. So, the first things first, info, we have Jifka. I can never pronounce his name right. I don't know if it's Jifsa or Jifka or whatever. He's basically the Lion King's shadow. And he pretty much has the exact same power level as the actual Lion King himself. You actually use him in the final part of Path of Radiance, the very last chapter. You can choose between him, Nasala, or Tabarn. So basically what happens is they give him a Satori sign. Now, the Satori sign is an item that is good if you like using Laguz units a lot, but if you don't, it's worthless. And you can't even sell it, which makes it even worse in my case. Alright. First things first, what do we have in the shop? Okay, just all the crafts and a Daemon card. This is just like a stronger version of a Reaper card, but it's still not that great. So I wouldn't bother buying any of that, even if I could afford it. Okay, so let's see here. Got a crossbow. Let's give it to Shinin just because he doesn't have as many bows and arrows, I should say. Let's see, what else? Why does Har only have lances? You should have axes right now. Hammer, steel axe, and killer axe. We'll let him keep the steel great lance though, because that's actually a pretty decent weapon. Yeah, Har's gonna need a lot of weapons here, by the way. Really quickly, Soren. Okay, still S ranked and win. Okay. I think we should just go with what we have here. Are any of these worth trading over to somebody? Not really. I'm gonna go ahead and get Shinin to his class change. And he will change from Sniper into Marksman. And Marksman actually have a really, really cool ability, like not skill-wise, but just overall, which we'll see in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get Rolf as close as I can to that. Now, an actual skill that they pick up is called Deadeye, and basically what Deadeye does is it will do 4 times the normal damage and put them to sleep, but that probably doesn't matter, because if they get hit by that, they're probably dead anyway. So it's like Impale, except Impale stuns somebody if they're still alive, and this puts them to sleep. But, you know, it's still pretty much the same thing. Another thing we're going to see in a second here, whenever I get done saving. Yeah, you can tell it took a lot less time right here. Look, it took 48 hours on that one, and I only spent 11 on that one, and I'm 2 chapters ahead of what I am now. It's because I skip all the cutscenes and everything. So, taunting, taunting, more taunting. And we see the Crummin army. And Alencia. And Alencia again. So she makes a speech. I demand that both of the armies leave here at once. So, they say, the Benyang army says no, Tabarn gives her respect, but says no. So she puts her Amidi on the ground. I would not do that. We will not sway from our ideals, my countrymen stand united. We will not use force, but we are willing to do whatever it takes. Tabarn starts laughing. I like this line right here. Ike, I thought you were the craziest Bjork I'd ever met, but you got some serious competition. I can't let such a pretty woman down. It's because she's got style points. So the Laguz leave. Valencia is so awesome. What are your orders? No, we will withdraw. Could you cast aside your weapon while surrounded by armed soldiers? No. Not unless I was Rolf, because I knew they wouldn't be able to hit me. So they leave as well. Attack, never! So Zelgius defies Veltome. Score 1 for Zelgius as well. So, we're going to talk to Alencia in the next episode. Or are we?